Good evening, everyone. It's Tom Sidney Bushnell, aka Numbers, here from Psych Club, the Tom Numbers Show. Top of your game and News with Tom Numbers, and we've got a special show of News with Tom Numbers. So we've got Matt Geiger from Midas Gold sponsoring the show, and we've got Kathy, or Mrs. Handy Are You, as many people know her. So Matt, Kathy, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Good, Tom. Good to be back. Hey, Kathy. Kat.
Hi, honey. Doing good. Yeah. Nice to see you guys. Two of the hardest working people on YouTube.
We do our best.
Yes, you do.
We do what we can. So, yeah, good to see both of you. It's been a while. Well, about a week or so since I've seen Matt, and then Kathy. It's been a while, but it's good to have you both on the show. So I wanted to kick off. So I got a notification today. You've probably seen this, Matt. It seems like gold has hit an all-time high. That's what it's an email I got today saying that it's hit an all-time high. I don't know if it's dropped again in the last few hours, but did you see that, Matt?
I did. Yeah, it actually, I think it surpassed 2,200 for a little bit.
22 is AU. That's
you're at the
yeah.
Yeah, Ken and I were at the baseball game last night. We went to one of these preseason games that they do here in Arizona, and it was sitting at 22 after hours, so that was kind of exciting. But my question is what about silver? Silver's still hanging in the mid-20s. I'm just waiting for that to just.
What's it right now? Silver, what's it at?
25.
Is it? What's the highest it's ever been?
I think 40. I think 48, 49. But it's all fake. It's all fakery. It's not real price.
It's all manipulated, isn't it?
Manipulation. It's just, I think, the difference between having money and not having money when we reach, the new system.
Yeah.
Who knows what things will be priced then, right? Movie tickets could cost you a nickel, right? We've talked about that before.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Nickelodeons, yeah. You might have seen it. I did a show with Juan a few days ago, and I've just put it out again as part one and part two because it's so important. People don't necessarily all see all the whole show, so put it in two pieces. And he said, so the title of the one I put out today was President Trump will oversee, he will preside over the bankruptcy of America.
Yep.
And it's like, wow, okay. So that's when he'll really kind of come into his own. You might have said it on one of the shows, but it's like you wait till you see him actually in action under I mean, he's under pressure, but you know what I mean? It's like he'll be overseeing the rebuilding because that's what he is, he's a builder and he's an artist. So he'll build something far more magnificent, but they have to build it from the ashes, which is about to happen. It's about to happen. And so in terms of wealth and money, it's vital to have it so that it can't be, deleted off a screen, or it can't have its price manipulated. Kat, it's great to have you on the show, and you actually have sung Matt's praises a few times on your YouTube show over the last few weeks. Do you want to let people know a bit about how Matt's helped you in terms of actually, your portfolio? People don't know, so say they don't know where
that's fine.
But you're happy to talk about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, Matt's wonderful. He's very easy to talk to. He understood what my goals were. I kind of had a goal, but then I'm sure that if somebody doesn't know what to do, you guide them just as well. So, it was super easy. You can either wire money or you could just mail a check. You can do it different ways. And I feel more secure having some, I mostly got silver, and I have some silver just here. And, Mr. Handy, as my viewers know him, Bob, who passed away. He and I were collecting some over a period of time. And I just felt comfortable because he, my husband was already on board with that. So I felt like it was a good idea to keep on with the program, and Matt just made it easy. It was a very easy process. And, comes unmarked. Nobody knows what you're getting. So if somebody wants to do that, and they should call Matt. And you always have the link down below on the videos. So they should call Matt and talk to him. Yeah. So I think it's wonderful, wonderful company. So I encourage people to do it. Yeah.
That's good news. Yeah.
Would you bring me on the show to make me cry?
What, huh? What?
Thank you. Such nice words. And, you know,
Oh,
it's just another day at the office for us, but it's nice because we got to know each other and still getting to know each other. And, you know, you've been amazing. You know, it's like this community that we work with. It's like, it makes my job fun. You know, it's like, I don't have to fight the cognitive dissonance of people. It's like, you get what's going on. And, you know, God bless your late husband. I'm sure he's a great man. I wish I met him.
yeah. Yeah. Tom met him. Yeah. Tom met him, and you liked him, right? He's going to say, no, I don't like him. Like, I don't think.
He was lovely. He was gentle and very intelligent. And just, I used to nickname him Space Force because if you do Handy IU or Mr. Handy IU, it's 91 Space Force. So I was like, So I do feel Bob is looking down, and you'd like to meet him, Matt. I think you will. I don't think it'll be that long till you get to meet him again, you know, because I think all of our great ones are coming back through the resurrection. Yeah.
I agree. I think we're going to see everybody. Like, I've been getting my garden ready for my mother and my grandmother, literally, for the last couple of years. That's how strongly I feel we're going to see people. So I'm excited. You know, the saying goes, it's a great time to be alive. Well, yeah, it's like the best. It's not just great, it's the best. You know, it's very exciting. And we don't know, you know, the possibilities are just mind blowing. What's going to happen? So anyway, I'm excited.
It's actually a JFK Jr. It's actually a JFK Jr. speech from the 90s where he's quoting the King James Bible, and he says, "Where we meet again with we'll meet those in the clouds. We'll meet again with those in the clouds."
Was that when he was at his mom's funeral?
Yes.
Yeah. That's really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. That was nice.
Very humbling.
They know what's coming. They know. The breadcrumbs have all been set. They've all been there. And it's like, they know. They do know.
Yeah, they've known since the Garden of Eden. That's what I think. And they've, you know, we always feel like, oh, it's taken so long. People will say that, and, you know, viewers, and, you know, everything's relative. Think about how long they've been waiting. Everybody from back then, they've been waiting for this moment to come back. Everybody, you know, all of them, just to be seen. That's what I mean. So that'd be beautiful.
We got to focus on the work that needs to be done. I just got off an interview today with Bill Ogden, and he's an incredible guy. He's the one that does. Why is it not coming to me? He does the. Sorry, I got a million things going on. Hang on. Yeah, Tactical Civics. Why couldn't I think of it? Bill Ogden. TacticalCivics.com.
Okay.
Warriors. We need the Mickey clans of the world. We need the Bill Ogdens to meet the Mickey clans. Mickey clan is a precursor to what Bill Ogden's doing with Tactical Civics. We need to take these bastards out. They need to go down. They need to be held accountable. And the sooner we do that, the sooner we meet in the clouds.
Right.
In the clouds. Well, clouds is 74. Jesus. Gematria is 74. Energy 74. And the resurrection is 198, which is President Trump. And it's also President J. Kennedy, 198. And it's also calm before the storm, 198. So I think we might get some people in the morning of the first resurrection coming back, and then others will come back in due course. It's also Silver Trumpet is also 198, which is the resurrection. It's awakening universe, because it's you know, the universe is waking up. It's not just here. And it's yeah, it's President Trump. It's also, let's have a look. I know this one. Yeah, so it's Space Force military as 198, which is the resurrection as well. So it's also quantum, Mr. Handy, are you 198? So it's all there. Everything's happening because quantum's 107, currency's 107, Trump's is 107, Superman's 107, military's 107, Aquarius is 107, and eternal life is 107. So like Matt says, there's work to be done. We've got to do certain things and get things done. I still think the biggest part is waking people up, because once they realize they've been asleep, then the paradigms of the past can't hold them in energetic shackles anymore, you know. And I think that's maybe one of the reasons it feels like it's been taking a while.
Yeah.
But it's been going on a lot longer than just 4 years, you know. We were privy to it, you know, but it's been going on a lot longer. But I do think once everybody knows, or enough people know, then that quantumly shifts things and it jumps up, and then we move into the, you know, the times of the loved ones coming back and timeline converging and all those things, you know.
Yeah.
What does she say?
My cat?
Yeah.
You can tell me my cat. Misty. Oh.
Did I
don't
meet
know.
Misty? Yeah, I did meet Misty, didn't I?
Yeah, no,
I remember the
yeah.
name now, Misty. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just easier to let her up than to have her meow at me, you know.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's adorable.
Yeah, she can be a royal pain though, but you know.
They always can.
Being
So
good now.
Yeah.
I got new furniture.
We got two cats for the price of one here.
What was that?
We got two cats for the price of one.
Right. Speaking of two, okay. I have you know, Tom, you know me and my theories, right? I have another really big theory. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's not about people or anything. What would you say if instead of one eclipse, you saw two?
I saw your episode.
Two suns. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be amazing? Because I've seen video of people showing two suns, and it's, you know, there's this channel that I think is a white hat channel. You know, some aren't, and some are just people like us. But there's one that particularly seems like one, and he made a real point to show video that someone sent in. I'm doing it in quotes, you know, that I don't think was just sent in. I think it was done on purpose, was there on purpose, and showed two suns. And he brings it up once in a while that people have shown video of two suns. And I think this one was in Texas. I'm not sure. And, you know, like they're showing the video and they're moving the camera, and there's one sun here, and then you turn the camera and there's another sun over there. And it's not edited, you know, so everybody's gone, wow, maybe there's two suns. And anyway, so I started, you know what it made me think of? It made me think, you know, how your brain starts connecting things. I was thinking of Gollum. Don't ask me why. Gollum from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, you know, that creature, right? And he had two personalities, right? Smeagol and Gollum. And he always said everything plural, partly because he was a split personality, you know, but he said everything plural. And so then I was like, okay, am I being led to something? Okay, so then I just decided to look at what eclipses, plural, means, you know, what matches eclipses. And it's so weird. Let's see, I want to make sure I get it right. So here I am thinking of Gollum and the Lord of the Rings, right? And it matched Elden Ring. So, you know, that's all part of the plot of that show. I mean, movie and the books. And it also equals, so if you did eclipses, it's 88, but it also equals 10 days. Like, Q posts 10 days of darkness, and everybody's wondering if that's true, or is it going to be 10 days of darkness at some point? The 10 days that were missing from the, when we switched to the calendar from the, Julian calendar, the 10 days. So I thought that was really interesting. So what do you think? I mean, I know that's weird, but.
Well, two suns comes to 131, which comes to John F. Kennedy. The two suns is 164, which is the mother ship. It's November. It's 5th of November, 164. It's it's interesting. Two suns. And they do tell us, I mean, in Star Wars, maybe other films, I'm not sure if it's in June, but definitely in Star Wars, you've got Tatooine, and it clearly shows you the two suns there.
Yeah.
And Star Wars is 119, Redemption. It's a mirror of 9/11. Luke Skywalker is 174, which Trust the Plan, real Donald Trump. So it's like, that was such an iconic film franchise, even though it's kind of, been messed around. But yeah, two suns. I mean, I wouldn't, whether that will happen then or not, I don't know, but I've heard a lot about the two suns. So it's like, I know it's in a massive film. And they tell you in those codes. So yeah, why not?
Well, because I was on the brain, on the trail, I should say, of Lord of the Rings at the moment when I was working on all this. That's what I kept thinking of. So I thought of Mordor, that's the bad area, and anyway, but it's cool because it matches me, Catherine, and that's Jonathan. It's 83, but it also equals black sun. And that's what it will look like when you see the eclipse. It will look like a black sun with, the corona around it. So it just kept coming up, like as I was working on it. And it comes up, another match is the electric. And that makes me think of the electric slide, like you always do at weddings and stuff, the electric slide, that dance. And the repeating chorus in that silly dance that everybody does is it's electric. So are they trying to, and the songs have all got multiple meanings, they all these choruses, all these things that we're remembering are there on purpose. You know what I mean? So that you'll go, oh my gosh, that song, what they really were saying is this, or what they were really saying is that. It's all tied together. It's like the Matrix, it's all working together. It also matches Exodus, which is interesting.
Well, electrical is 88, Exodus is 88, Trump's 88.
Yeah.
And
it matched
it's happening on a full rate, isn't it?
Yeah, and it matched a person. I have a cousin named Anne, and you put my last name with it, and my last name, it's Michaud, it's French, and it matches 88. So I thought that was really cool because my name can pop in there if you look at it that way. I don't know if I'm going too far, but yeah, and I've got tons of notes, sorry, but it matches, the crypto coin Doge. I don't know if I'm saying it right. DOGE. Is it pronounced Doge or Dodge? And the way I always looked at the name of that thing, of that particular currency, is it's e-God, like electric God, because God's electric. That's the way I look at it. But it's Doge Moon is matched. So if you take that crypto name and you take Moon, you put it together, it's 88.
Yeah.
And you can look at it as like an electric moon, God's electric moon. You can look at it like that.
Could be. Another thing with the eclipse, we might have said this on the show before, but it takes place on April 8th. So April's 56, which is light, which is healing. Oscar, it's Nolan. Nolan just won the Oscar, a week and a half ago. But then 8th, so 8 with the H, 8th is 57, which is Tesla, which is Moon, and you're bringing that into the conversation. But if you add them together, that's 113, and 113 is Trumpet, it's Operation, it's Universe. And then if you do the 8th of April, it's 167, and Trump came down the escalator on the 167th day of the year.
Mhm.
And 167, when you spell the word or two words 24, it's 167. And the 24th letter of the alphabet in the simple numbers is X. And it's forming an X. It's completing an X over the US, that's been, well, you can tell from the names of the cities that's been planned there for hundreds of years. So it's like, okay, something's happening with that. It's like, so is that an X marks the spot? Is that an X of a beginning? It's definitely something significant. And I'm, like everyone else, looking forward to seeing what may happen at the time or things that will come out later. But I think that's definitely
and when the
stand,
when the comet comes by, I don't have the name of it in front of me just right now, but when that comet comes by, and when the tail of the comet is seen, when you see at least, there's going to be at least one eclipse, right? I'm hoping there's going to be two, but at least the one. And the comet, it's going to make a Q up in the sky. So the circle and the comet tail will look like a Q.
Okay, yeah.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, Q post,
Q comment.
Yeah, we're going to see, I think about 95% here where I am. Are you going to see it there, Matt? Anything? I don't know. You're going to see any of the eclipse?
I don't know. What have you seen? What am I going to see in Arizona? I haven't even looked.
Oh, that's what I'm wondering. I don't know.
I saw your episode about it, and I was just like, okay, is this going to happen in Arizona? Maybe it does.
Yeah.
Maybe, you can see when I grew up, I saw Halley's Comet.
Yeah.
That was in New York. I just don't know. I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
I just thought you'd probably get some if you're getting, although no, because yours is, you might get a bit, maybe. I don't think we get it here in England.
According to this channel that I'm calling like a white hat channel, the place to see it, where it's going to be the longest, at least if it's going the way that everybody says it will, scientists say and all that, you'll see it. Maybe it's around 4 minutes, because usually you don't see it that long. It kind of comes and goes pretty quickly. And it's going to be over Dallas, the longest. Out of the whole country, it'll be the longest to be seen over Dallas.
Maybe we'll see it.
Yeah, because you might do. Yeah, you could actually. I'm sure.
Just on a side note, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Oh yeah, President Trump has been saying that a lot. Have you noticed that?
We keep getting people on the comments saying, "Oh, please check it." It's like, no, he was talking about the automotive industry. It's like, yeah, we heard that, but he's talking in many toms. It's like, get over it. That's just the thing. Get over it. If you're one of those, I think you're probably bots. But if you're a real person, just get over it.
Well, I brought up
everything is literal and nothing's literal. It's like everything is multiple. So I think 99% of the audience get that vibe. Seen that as a repeating theme from a few, and it's just like, just get over it.
I thought you were bringing it up because President Trump has been, he sends out fundraising texts.
Yeah.
And they're all coded, obviously. And he said it like many texts in a row yesterday. And he said that word, bloodbath. So I thought that's where you were getting it from.
Some of it, yeah. I've been getting those texts.
Yeah. And I decode them. I'll pick one once in a while, and I'll work on the whole thing. And
What'd you find?
it's interesting what Bloodbath matches. I mean, it also Tom, it matches 5th of November, so that's cool.
Bloodbath matches 5th of November.
Yeah.
How?
So it's 79.
What's that? But how's 5th of November 79?
I'm sorry, the 5th of November. Put the in there.
But what though? Because 5th of November is the 5th of November is 197. So what? How'd you get 79 for 5th?
I don't even know. I just
what way are you writing it?
I probably wrote it down wrong if you're getting the number differently, because I do these a lot late at night. So I could have just gotten it wrong.
Okay.
Knowing me, you know.
Well, one of the things is, so that date, so Bath, so Bath is BATH, which is 31, which is old, which is also connected to the troy ounce of gold, because I think it's, what is it? Is it 3.1?
31.125.
That's it. Yeah, 31 for the troy ounce of gold. That's it. It's about 3 or 4 years since I've done that one. But then Troy is 78, which is Kennedy. So that's whole linked into there. But blood is 48. And Iowa's 48. Lots of things are 48, but 48 is that date. So it's April 8th, 4/8. And so the word old is 31, but you add them together 79, which is the dove, it's Ukraine, it's William, it's super, it's atomic number for gold is 79, it's wonder. So that's going to be a wonder in the heavens, isn't it? The eclipse is going to be a wonder in the heavens. But Bloodbath, and President Trump keeps reiterating it, blood is 48, which is also 4/8, which is April 8th. So that could be a reference to that. And he may be saying old April. I wonder what that is. Is he saying old April 8th? And what would that be? What would the old calendar be? Because that's a mirror as well. So it's 30, because some say the Julian calendar and the Gregorian calendar. I know other people say different versions, but some, and it looks like it on some of the ways you work it out, it looks like there's a 13-day difference. And 31, which is Bath, is a mirror image of 13. So I don't know if there's a reference to that. So if you went 13 days onto 8, that would be the 21st of April. What would that be? Let's have a look. 21st. That's interesting. So 21st is 179, which is the New Jerusalem, plus April 56, 235, which is actually Baron William Trump, and it's also President John Kennedy, 235. So I don't know. I mean, Baron just turned 18. He's just had his birthday. Not sure. There's multiple. As with all of this, there's so many different meanings and teachings you can get from it. But it's interesting. He keeps talking about it. And blood is 4/8, which is April 8th, because it's the 4th month.
I think it's going to look like he's exited. You know how President Kennedy exited? That's what I think anyway. A lot of people probably don't agree with that, but exited on purpose. That's my, that's just what I think. But I think it's going to look like that for President Trump. And I think it's going to be like, instead of having your faith in a man, which a lot of people have right now, they've got their faith in President Trump. And probably, maybe not in God, I'm not saying everybody or anything, but and it looks like he's exiting, then they'll be like, and then these events happen, all these events that we're waiting for.
Maybe
stuff.
maybe not. I mean, let's not dwell on that though, because we've thought that and heard that for 2 or 3 years, so maybe that happens and maybe it doesn't, but I wouldn't like get that circling around, because I don't think that's,
well, it equals
different cards. But we've discussed that a couple of years ago, and that hasn't happened, thankfully.
Interesting thought, though.
It's an interesting thought. Let's see. I mean, I don't want to be the bearer of, What does it equal, Kathy? What are you saying it equals?
Red rum.
Oh,
Backwards.
well, that's it. Oh, well, that's it. So murder is 79. That's the other thing. So
That's
Bloodbath is murder 79. Yeah. Ukraine is 79. Red rum is 79. Mother is 79. Nature's 79. So there's always a
I know that's
dark
good
side and there's a good side. And so 79 is atomic number for gold. And who knows? I think there's many possible plays. You know, we've thought maybe, you know, Mr. T might have gone a few years ago. Thankfully, that didn't happen. Maybe he does at some point. Maybe he doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to what this eclipse will be. I still feel that somehow, how do I put this? And I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to be surprised and wrong on this. I think it might be amazing to witness and all the rest of it. But I have a feeling it will be probably more like a date that people can look back at and be like, from that point on, these things started to trundle along, as opposed to a big, massive thing in the sky other than the eclipse. But I hope I'm wrong, because I'm more than happy and wanting to be wowed. But I have a feeling and I might be wrong. And if I am, if it's something out of this world, literally like super, super spectacular, that would be fantastic, because I think we need it. But I feel it could be something that is wonderful to witness, but I think it might be another event that, looking back, it tells a picture. That's my feeling. What do you think, Matt, with it? What do you feel?
I mean, I think you have it right. I mean, I think you're saying in terms of the actual Great Awakening?
Yeah, so we're all waiting for a real divine intervention event, and I think that's coming, and I believe we need that to help everyone wake up and heal and come together on the same page. I have a feeling with the eclipse, the more I look at it, I hope I'm incorrect, because I want to be incorrect on that. I think it might be more of a marker, like it's an event that took place, and then when certain things happen in the future, we'll be able to look back and be like, from that point on, that's what certain things happened. But who knows? Maybe it's a real out of this world experience, and it becomes very obvious that was almost like a starting gun. I hope it's that. I have a feeling it might not be, but I'm hoping.
Maybe we all die and resurrect, right? Something to that effect.
Maybe.
I'll experience death, right?
Maybe.
Well, I think it's going to look like the asteroid hits, and it won't really happen. But the video that you see, I mean, I have a feeling, because every time I work on it, I come up with Manhattan and New York City. And it just seems to always come together.
They're key events. They are. They're key places, actually. They are. Yeah, those two. Yeah. Well, they're the same, but they are key. Yeah. I guess we'll wait and see. Yeah. I guess with all of this, we'll wait and see. And this is a question, Matt. If we die and resurrect, maybe we're already dead and we get resurrected.
Very true. I don't fear it. You know, I don't fear it.
Oh, no, I don't. I don't fear any of it. I'm just like, I'm wanting to be wowed. And I don't mean that I've been wowed through this process, but I do believe in the big wow, because I think, you know, if you can't have wow moments, like massive wows, what's the point of it all being put into our consciousness? Because there's things been laid there and we're all waiting. So I think we're ready to be overwhelmed with wow.
And I do all these interviews with these people that you know, Mickey, who you introduced me to, and Bill today, you know, David Kate Clemens, you name it, right? I've talked to these guys, and it's like, the question always comes back to, how do you wake everybody up?
Yeah. And
how do you wake everybody up?
It needs to be something really.
There's no way to do it.
Like the eclipse. Maybe it's the eclipse.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying, maybe it's the eclipse, right?
Yeah, it's something has to happen that just completely opens up everybody's eyes.
Yes,
it's not about the Democrat or the Republican or the black and the white.
Well, 2020 didn't do it. It woke up some people, or it woke up people more. But it needs to be proper biblical and wake everybody up. And so that is in the realm of divine, spectacular, out of this world, no way.
And wouldn't a resurrection,
Yeah, you know.
wouldn't a resurrection make us all divine? Wouldn't it make us all
Yes.
godly, right? And we're all put here in this time for this time, right? It's not a
Yeah.
coincidence that the three of us, every single person watching the show, it's not a coincidence. We're all put here for a specific period of time. So you got to shut that in too, right?
Yeah.
Every single person watching the show, the three of us, we're here for this time. So we've been brought here at this particular time for something. Juan talks about near-death experience. I don't know, but I embrace it. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, it's got to be a little bit scary if it's a near-death experience for most people. That's why I'm wondering about the asteroid looking like it's hitting, you know.
Oh, the
And,
asteroid.
you know, if you want to go,
that might come down because President Trump spoke about a skyrocket downward when he said goodbye, and I thought at first that might be just a reference to the markets, but I think that's probable. I don't think it will be with the eclipse, but I think there's I think we might see some kind of asteroid or skyrocket downward, something unusual, something totally peculiar that everybody's like, wow, like you're saying, Matt, this thing, how'd you wake people up? There is a way to do it. There's probably a number of ways, or there are a number of ways to do it, but it takes that gravitas to do it. And maybe an asteroid, maybe a ship, maybe something that is just undeniable wakes people up, because not everyone's awake right now, for sure. Not everyone's awake,
How about
and
this?
if they're innocent people and they need to be awoken, then they need to be awoken. The alarm clock needs to be hit, Yeah. Sorry, what was that?
Another weird thing I've been thinking of just since yesterday. Okay, have you heard the old radio show that was the broadcast? It was a live broadcast. I think it was 1938, and it was called The War of the Worlds. Have you heard that? It was about an hour long.
I've heard of the film.
Or Orson Welles was the like a reporter, I think, or something like that. And so if you didn't hear the first 5 minutes of this radio broadcast, you thought you were listening to real reporters, so it sounded like aliens were landing, and people in the country I think it happened in New Jersey, and, it was fake, obviously, but people really thought it was true. And they were they were taking their family and they're running out of cities and they were leaving. There's all kinds of stuff you can read about it. It's fascinating. And you can listen to the original broadcast of War of the Worlds. You just make sure it's the original, because that's the one that sounds the best. And what would happen if an asteroid comes down and it looks like aliens are getting off, because that's what happened in War of the Worlds.
Right.
And they had these big antenna. And Juan, on the show you just put on today, talked about large antenna. I noticed that right off the bat. He said big antenna. I started to work on him a little bit, what he was saying, but I couldn't do it very long. And President Trump, when he's been doing those fundraising texts lately, he has on the second page of it, when you do the link, it looks like a red alert flashing, and there's 3 of them. And so then they're flashing, animated. And it's just, I just think it's all tied together. I don't know. So
get a 17 URL.
Yeah.
Say that again, Matt.
There was a 17 in the URL when you click through on his text link.
There you go.
That's cool.
And it wasn't quite a 7. It was a 7 with like an arrow going down before the 7. So it was a 17.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like arrow down with the 7. So 17 dot, red dot, whatever it goes to.
That was a good spot.
Yeah. Very good spot.
So what I did was like three red alerts flashing, because I like to do literal stuff, and it's from light to darkness. So who knows? Maybe it will be dark for a while. I don't know. Because you can even like when you see something on a TV show or a movie, instead of just what they're saying, you can go, "Oh my gosh, I saw this at that timestamp. That's when this happened," and you can figure out what that means.
That's it.
Like woman in a red dress or something like that.
Yeah.
And it equals 3 red alerts flashing is Kennedy 3 times in a row.
Well, red is JFK 27, Cuba 27, Code 27. We're going to wrap up in a few minutes, guys. Matt, did you want to just share a few thoughts on the markets and what you see with silver and gold? Because we've been saying the last few weeks we've been doing shows, we've been saying that it's going to, it's wise to get into it. Just on a steady rise, it's going up. We keep seeing that. We've seen 2 record highs with gold in the last couple of weeks. Silver's still kind of, suppressed, but it will have its spring. It will have its time. What do you see in the next, or just things that how people can get, prepped? What would you advise?
I think it's about getting your hands on it. I don't think price really matters.
Yeah.
We had a nice little uptick in gold. It's like, sure, do clients call in and say, "Oh, good, I'm in the green now. I just bought some and
my
stuff's gone up." It's like, not really. It's store of value.
Yeah.
It's not, you don't buy gold at 2,000 and sell it at 10,000. It's not the way it works. It's just
not a stock, as you say.
Yeah, it's not a stock. It's just what I see happening is perhaps I think people like us, I kind of look at us as, we might be dealing in the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe small millions. Those are the people that are really awake. The people with the big money, the tens of millions. I got some buddies that are worth 50, 100 million. Those guys don't buy gold because they'll buy some dividend paying stock. Let's say they got $10 million of a dividend paying stock paying 8% a year. They're making 800 grand a year for doing nothing, just for holding the stock, no matter what the market does.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard to convince those people to say, "Hey, give that up and take gold." I can't do that. That's not really my job.
Mm-hmm.
I could just go with the information I have. It's like, I would understand if somebody had, $800,000 of passive income from stocks, right? Or investment income, I should say, holding on to something like that. But when those people realize, and there's a lot of people in the country that are worth 10 million, 20 million, 50 million, 100 million, a lot of those people, when that money comes off the sidelines, that's when I think you're going to start seeing, and that's when the information gets to them, right? The stuff we know that we talk about on the day-to-day.
Mm-hmm.
It's when that money comes in that supply dries up, and then it becomes impossible to get the physical. So I don't know when this event's going to happen. I don't, I'm no guru, I'm just another dude, just another guy out there, right? I know just as much as anybody else. I lean on YouTube for all kinds of insights and knowledge, among others. I just think it's a good way to take your money from this system into the new one as best you can. Get your hands on it while you can.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go fearmonger people. I'm not gonna go tell people it's the end of the world, because I don't think it's the end of the world. I think if anything, it's the beginning. I'm excited,
but it is the beginning. It is the beginning.
People should be excited, but it's like, hey, if you can arm yourself with some extra money to bring into that system and make life better, and maybe based on the knowledge you have, maybe you can make really incredible business decisions. Maybe some of your viewers out there become the new business tycoons, right? Maybe they become the people that are the new frontier. That's probably what the case is. That's what I think gold and silver represent. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's just a way to bring your money from this system to the new one. Physical, right? She's physical. It's in her possession. Same with me, right? Same with you. It's in your possession. You own it. And I think when confidence is lost and trust is lost, probably the only way you're going to regain trust is through a physical asset, right?
Yeah.
It's your buy-in to the new system. It's the opportunities are not right now. As Juan said in my interview with him, it's when the country is doing well. Yes, you want to be in stocks. You want to be in markets. You want to be in all these ways of making money and getting a piece of the action, i.e. a rate of return. But when the country's not working properly and we're going to hell, you want to store the value of your money. And that could be gold, silver. That could be collectibles. That could be, old cars. It could be all kinds of stuff. Gold and silver, I just like because it's regarded as money in the minds of people, and that's what money is. It's a consensus. It's there's a psychology to it.
Yeah.
You might have a hard time selling a 1975 Porsche, right? Great car. I don't know anything about cars. I'm just making up years and car names, but you get the idea. Gold and silver is just a way to store the value. It's simple stuff. Simple stuff.
But when it hits, whatever's coming and whenever it hits, things like collectible cars, further down the line. But are you really going to trade in, if someone just like you said, the psychology, the key point, it's like it's going to be much easier if you've got silver coins and you can actually exchange in a metric system with real assets, i.e. the silver, and you could purchase, food or supply, whatever it is. But there's going to be that time where it's a bit touchy for people, And so it's like, this isn't an asset. It's not like, go into this asset class. And then there may come a time, and I think there probably will, with silver, it will probably boom, and gold could well do. But, and this is it, when you're up against the wall, people's psychology is like, they're not really looking for gains, they're looking to preserve. And that's what silver and gold are. And as time goes on, the signs are showing, because all those people got out of the stock market. You said the other show we did, you said, you were right, Tom. I'd heard it from other sources. Big whales have taken money out of the stock market. So that tells you they know something's coming. And then it's the thing of physically getting it. So when there's gold and silver in the marketplace, it's prudent to even just get yourself some. You don't have to get everything, but get yourself some, because when the plug pulls, things go very quickly. And you don't want to be caught for a period of, a few weeks or whatever it is, however long that is. You want to know, actually, you've got some, you can do physical things. You don't want it to be like, no, computer says no, bank says no, get back to us in a month or two's time, and depend on other things and other people and other institutions to get by. You Americans, be prudent, you're conservatives, if you haven't already done so, pick up the phone, give Matt a call. Just like Kathy did. Kathy's happy. Kathy was enjoying buying things, girly stuff, shopping trips and stuff, but now she knows when it hits the van, Bob will be smiling and saying, "Well done, dear. You're preserved."
Funny.
It's true,
right,
isn't it? It's true.
Thank you again, Kathy. It's been wonderful. And it's I said the friendships, right? It's like this, your audience and everybody that comes on. We're family, and we'll go into the new world as a family. We all have each other.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, and the meek are inheriting the earth. That's us.
The meek aren't timid. The meek are strong, brave warriors. That's what they are. So,
yeah,
good stuff. All right, buddy. Well, what's your number again, Matt? As we wrap up,
call the company. You can call the main number. Just ask for me. I answer all my own calls. My direct phone number is 480-725-0536. Just ask for Matt. I'm the only Matt at the company, and appreciate you.
Good stuff. And on YouTube, people go over to Kathy's Mrs. Handy Are You on YouTube. Go and follow her there. And
great channel.
Boomerang Podcast is Matt on YouTube, and the links will be there. So go and follow them both. And if you haven't already done so, if you just ended up randomly, click subscribe to Tom Numbers Psych Club, and double check, because there are funny things in afoot. So just click. All right, everyone. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Kathy, it's great to see you. Matt, Kathy, great to see you as always. And Misty, you take care.
Bye. Thanks. Take care, guys.
Take care. Bye. Bye.
Bye.